Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and I have a son, Owen, who is 11 and has autism. And I paint with my son. He helps me paint the backgrounds of our paintings with a hand-over-hand method, and then I paint the rest. And I paint a lot of flowers. That always makes me laugh for some reason. My board is making lots of noises. I tend to paint flowers. They calm me. I used to paint a lot of roosters and other animals, but I still do it. But right now I'm on the flower kick. And so here we are. I'm not quite sure why I started doing this again, or now, I'm not really sure. But here we are. Just adds a little texture, and I don't really know what I'm doing yet. Every night I say I'm gonna do something a little bit different, and then I don't. So tonight we're just not even gonna pretend like we know what we're doing. We're just doing something. And I don't even know. I just there's these very, very, very random colors on my plate over here. And I don't know if they this is what we got so far. So the way I paint generally is I put way too much paint on my paintbrush. 6 easy lessons of how to paint. Put too much paint on your paintbrush, drop it at some point, which I do often, and then have to figure out how to A, cover it, or B, work it into something. So that is your lesson for today. And the sad thing is I'm not even joking. I put way too much paint on my paintbrush. You see, that is way too much paint. But I like the texture that it gives, and so right now that is my comfort. And I have no clue why that makes me laugh every time, but that makes me laugh. I still paint my roosters. I still do that. But it's just the kick right now of what I'm doing with all of this stuff. So that paint is extremely thin. As I just started to attempt to use it there. That has like no mass to it at all. It's almost like a watercolor. It's hard to probably even see on here that it was so different, but I was kind of surprised how thin it's very thin. I don't even know what's going on with that. So that one will probably, I don't know, it needs to be shook up some more, or something's going on. But we're just gonna keep going and not look back. I don't know why I put the background colors that I did. I just grabbed some off the plate and go for it, or went for it, I guess I did. I put the paint like that on the parchment paper because I spread it out, and then I make what I call paint blob jewelry. And this is the paint blob. It's just thinned out paint. This is what it looks like when it's, this I had very little paint left, so it's very random, but that's what it looks like. And then I glue the plastic, or the glass, they're plastic, but they're called glass, I think. And I'm not going to say the right word. Shaba something. I don't know the right names of 90% of the things that need to be said. They're just like a glass, which I think technically really is plastic, but clear kind of dome. So feel free to ask me, because I probably will forget to actually put the real word in. A kind person, I was explaining that I can never remember how to say the flowers that I love. Amaryllis. I still, even though she told me to do it, I forgot to look it up, because I forget to do things. So, but they're the flowers that come, you can get them anywhere, like at the grocery stores, and they come in every single color you can possibly imagine. And to me, you can get them like 3 bunches for $10. They are so pretty. They're absolutely, and when I make some of these where there's so many colors in them, that's, even though it doesn't technically look like that flower, it almost looks like a tiny lily or something. They make me happy. And so that's probably my favorite flower. And I don't even know how to say my favorite flower, which is funny. So I can't be expected to say the cabochon. Cabochon, maybe that's close. It's close, I'm sure. I just laugh. Forgive me. I laugh at all the things. I don't know why. I think everything's funny, but I do think it's funny when I'm trying to say something and I can't say it. So Owen had another good day. His routine was thrown off a little bit, but we had a nice time. He went to school, and then we went to another one of his therapies, and then we went to dinner with his grandparents, my parents, and he did great. He had said he wanted to go home, but he has a problem with how do I explain it? I don't even understand part of it. So with routine, he wants to be where he wants to be when he wants to be there. So going out, it was 4:00 when we ate dinner, but going out on a school night, besides the activities that he already has in his mind, which are his therapies, it's hard to convince him that we need to go do something, or we can go do something, or we want to go do something. So since he was already going to his therapy, we went to dinner, because it's right there, with my parents. And he kept saying, want to go home. And I had told him we were going to go. But, it's hard for him to process. It's hard for him to understand that we can do things on opposite days of what he's normally used to doing something with my mom, with his grandma. So telling him that we're going to go do something on a weekday with her, it's hard for him to comprehend that that's not his schedule and that's not what he's supposed to be doing. But he handled it beautifully. He did great at his appointment, and he did great at dinner, and then he came home and he ate more, which doesn't surprise me because a lot of times he'll eat and then eat again. And then he went to bed, and he's been sleeping so much better. So I have a feeling that he will sleep through the night. But you never know. And I think he'll have another great day at school. He's been doing really, really good at school. He loves and thrives on it, which is just wonderful for me. So I'm very, very thankful that he loves school so much. Very, very, very thankful for that. You know, it's hard enough when your child doesn't always explain what they need or what they want. You know, we're working on those emotions, we're working on those words, but it's hard. It's hard for him to express a lot of his feelings, a lot of his emotions, and a lot of times I'm playing catch up, or I'm trying to figure out, you know, how I can help him through those emotions, how I can do certain things or say certain words just to get him through something. So that's always, you know, the part that we have to work on or have to go through. And he's been doing incredible, but it's still an emotional journey for him, for me, you know. And it's hard when your child has complications expressing what they want, and yet you're supposed to guess or know that they wanted something even though they told you they didn't want it for 10 times. Or like with Owen, he likes to try to, and he used to do this when he was younger, and then he started doing it again. He wants to close the door on his fingers, like he wants, and he doesn't slam it. He just kind of like watches the door, and he stops it right before he goes to actually get his finger. But how do you explain to a child that that's going to hurt? You know, he doesn't understand any concept of fear. He doesn't understand any concept of, you know, danger of any sort. And so that's the thing, is teaching him to understand that he you know, it breaks my heart that he can't understand that he needs to be, you know, aware or understand that a door could hurt him if it slammed on his finger. And I think in a lot of ways that's what he's kind of testing out, but it's still hard to even explain that he, you know, could hurt his fingers by that. Hopefully, with his therapy, and he's got a great school teacher and great community that have done a lot with him, with, you know, our church and different things. He goes to occupational therapy and speech therapy and physical therapy and vision therapy. So we are going through his emotions and working through that. And the last 2 weeks, he has made such incredible progress that I just know that it's just going to keep, you know, rolling from here. He's 11 now, and so I know it. I know that it's all gonna come together, and it's gonna be amazing, because it's already amazing. It's amazing-er, a word. Is that a word? Amazing-er. Well, that's what we are. He's amazing-er. I put that flower under, and then I decided to kind of remake it and put it over. So, here we are. And then this is gonna probably, like, sometimes I don't put them exactly where I want them, but that's okay. It'll all work out. Oh, so Owen was very happy to go to bed tonight, and he's excited because he loves the bus. The dude loves the bus, and so he is excited about going to the bus. He talked about it before he went to bed, and he is ready. He is ready. And I'm hoping that we'll have another great night of sleep, since he's been sleeping pretty good lately. And then he can go off to school. All right, I think I keep seeing little things that I just want to, like, add and do. I just keep thinking, yesterday my son had music therapy, and then he had vision therapy, and he did so well. And I keep thinking about, we are so blessed, and so the opportunity to go do these therapies, I don't take it lightly, that it's such a blessing to be able to help my son and get him, with being able to understand and share his emotions and all of that. So I'm very, very thankful. Oh, that was red. I think I put it in the red instead of the green. No big deal. No big deal. In fact, I think I'm gonna put a little extra on that one. Occasionally I do these things. Maybe over here, just a little extra. Can't even tell. Okay. I think we are done. So I always put O for Owen, and then L, and B. And Owen is the foundation of why I started painting, so that is why he is on here, and he helps me paint the backgrounds. So I think I'm done. I always have to kind of step back from it and kind of go back through and see if there's other little parts or something that I want to delve into here, and I just felt like this needed a little extra color there. So now I think I'm done. I just laugh because that's interesting, but then I see a spot and I'm like, maybe this is what happens, folks. This is what happens. And then I end up usually dropping paint on it. So putting down the paintbrush and thinking that I am done. So, all right. Well, thank you so much for watching and being part of our day. Toodles!